Welcome back to our course about fundamentals of visual storytelling with Piktochart. We're now at lesson 2 where we'll learn about content and typography. Throughout this lesson, you're going to learn about how to structure your content as well as pairing the right fonts to help deliver an impactful message. First, we'll learn about content and how to structure them. The core of communication lies in the message, or what we know as story. To communicate is to share or exchange information, ideas, or news. Communication happens between two sides, the informant and the recipient. As an informant, you have to understand your story before you even convey it to a recipient. To better visualize our learning, we've prepared a scenario for you. So you are a part of an HR and communications team, and you are preparing a migration to a new health insurance provider. Your company grew into an enterprise-sized organization with 180 employees. The new migration to a new provider is required to provide a better service for all of those employees. Your task is to prepare an announcement presentation, informing this decision to all of the employees. You've learned that the main reasons for migration are as follows. 30% growth in the company size within the past year. Your company would like to provide a better plan with more benefits considering the growth projection. Next, more reliable and well-regarded provider with better coverage and more competitive plans. And lastly, centralized apps with a friendly UI, meaning easy to follow guidelines and more efficient claim processes. So, how do we structure this message? Here are some tips. Number 1, know your goal or the central idea, value, or meaning that you do want to communicate. Number 2, list down any important information in point form so that you have an overview and understand the big picture. Make each point short and concise. Also, mark important numbers or information that you would like to highlight. Number 3, use storytelling outline to keep your audience engaged. Now you can start formulating your communication goals using the below structure. We want to convince, inform, or get buy-in about what, to who, so that why, because of what. And based on the information that we do have, we can formulate our goal. We want to inform clear benefits of migration as well as timeline and process of migration to our employees so that we can have a smooth transition with the least resistance possible. It is important to include only relevant information. When you have too many points to communicate, it can be confusing to a large audience. So keep it short, and knowing your communication goal is really helpful to keep you on track. Next step, listing down the information in bullet points and highlighting the important details, such as numbers that support your statement or important process or dates to take notes of. Another step here is to check on your information flow. Does each point correlate with each other, or do you jump back and forth? Having a smooth information flow can increase engagement and information retention. When you are using storytelling, you can follow the storyline to craft your information flow. Otherwise, there's a simple but effective flow we recommend for announcement and getting buy-in. Start with why. Explain the reason behind the decision or the problems that you have faced, followed by the intended goal or the future that you want to achieve. By successfully sharing your intended goals, you're already halfway on convincing people on why they should support your decision. And the other half is about how you're going to achieve that goal, what are the plans, and when and where it will all take place. And last but not least, do your recap. So to apply it to our scenario, I will start my presentation with number 1, reasons behind migration. Why are we migrating? Paint the picture. Number 2, alignment on expectation. How do we achieve the above future? What will we do and what won't we do? Number 3, step-by-step migration. What exactly will be the process and what is required? Number 4, the date of migration. When and where is this all happening? Number 5, who is the person in charge of this migration project? Who do we reach out to with any questions? Last step is to divide the points into several sections and transfer it onto your canvas. What do I mean by sections? Well, depending on the format you choose, it can be slides if you're doing a presentation, or blocks if you're doing an infographic, or pages if you're creating a report. The idea is not to cramp everything into one page because it can be very overwhelming for your end audience. A sample of a finalized outline should look a little something like this. An outline serves as a skeleton to your information. At this step, you might want to add a bit more details to your visuals, and this is where you can use your communication goal as your guideline to stay relevant to your topic. That's the end of this session. I will see you in the next session where we will learn about fonts and its personalities.